Picture this, a recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the 15th of January, and I'm looking at a bit of a classic. So, chill out, we'll check out the intro, and then we'll get stuck in. Well, it was a person named Dracula. Pretty sure it wasn't Dracula a man? Person. I mean, the NPC brigade were out in force back then as well, by the look of it. Okay, so... the good people of Europe tried to fight off Dracula, but no one was able to survive. Finally, the Belmont family was summoned to battle Dracula's vile forces. The Belmont family has a long history of fighting evil. The townspeople became afraid of the Belmont's superhuman power and asked them to leave the country. Fortunately, the people found a mighty Belmont called Trevor. Really? Trevor. All you Trevors out there, this game is paying homage to you. The curse of Dracula has begun. The fate of Europe lies with Trevor. Well, I just kind of feel we're all screwed, really. Trevor, come and save us, man! Right. That is basically, I think, the intro. So we're going to crack on. Okay. Here we go, then. Title screen, please. There we go. Right. I'm going to start the game now, and we're going to see how we get on. I'm going to pop my name in here, or at least put a name in here. Might as well go with the old, retro. Oh yes, why not? Just keeping busy, folks, just keeping busy. So I thought, why not? I'll get another one of these done, because why not? It's good fun, and I've never played Castlevania III before, but I'm already liking the look of it. It's... oh yes, they've gone back to sort of the original style of the first game, which is brilliant, because that was, in my opinion, one of the best games on the NES, and... this has really gone back to its roots. I love it. Yes, it does feel very much like this should have been Castlevania 2. Yes, I have had a go at Castlevania 2. No, I don't like it. I don't know. Just this sort of game just doesn't work in as an adventure game. But that, that's for another review. And that's exactly why I've skipped from the first game to the third. But there we are. I'm hoping the audio levels are a bit better today, folks. I had too much gain on my microphone, so it kind of bellowed a bit during yesterday's review. So I do apologise about that. Hopefully it's a lot better, but it's all down to you. Can you let me know if it sounds any better? It should be should be more level and not quite so rough. Right, but let's have a look at this game. Well, graphically, I mean, look at it. The backgrounds are absolutely beautiful. The main sprite it's just... they must all dress the same, these Belmonts, Pretty sure Simon wore the same outfit in the first game. There we go. The animations are great. I mean, the old phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, comes into mind here, because the first game was such a good one that you just, it's hard to fault it. And again with this one, it's... oh, great, those power-ups are back as well. This feels like a true successor to Castlevania, the first encounter on the NES, which is great, because, like I said, one of the best games on the NES at the time was this. So, yeah, I'm loving this. This is great fun. So the characters are great. The animations are really smooth as well, which is brilliant. This game actually got a release on Windows, Windows 3. Yes, it did. It got a release on Windows. Yeah, which is unusual. It's also been released in an anniversary pack on the PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch, I believe. Again, If I'm wrong, please correct, but I do believe that has been released on those formats. So if you haven't played Castlevania 3 on the NES, then you've got a lot of options ahead of you to be able to have a go at it, and I really do recommend that you do have a go at it. But it's so damn smooth, and this is like, I don't know, Konami just had a really good way of doing these sort of games, and they kind of put a benchmark on platformers, really. And they, the Castlevania, yes, Castlevania. The Castlevania games are, they're a mixture of challenge, fun, frustration, and much more. Like these bloody Hydra heads, which, if you've if you've seen me on my Castlevania 4 run through, then you'll know exactly why I hate these buggers. And yeah, so whoever thought it was fun to put those back in, you're fired. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't fire someone who did this game. It's amazing. So yeah, the NES had a really good run, to be fair, with games like this. This was kind of pushing its limits a little bit, but it works. And like I said, the animation and the colours and everything else just works really, really nicely. So moving on to the control system, it's the same as the first Castlevania. So you've got left and right, up and down, jump and whip, which sounds too kinky for its own good, but there we are. Yes, it's a very simple control scheme, which is great. That was the one thing I liked about the NES. Only had 2 buttons, and then the D-pad, and that was it. You didn't have to worry about 6,000 other buttons to contend with until the SNES came out, but even that was very good. But yeah, back to its roots. Great stuff. The soundtrack's really nice as well. It's like proper Castlevania-y like music, which sounds stupid because it's a Castlevania game, but you know what I mean? It just captures that Castlevania essence, and that's really, really nice. So that's what I was looking for. I knew there had to be one of them around there somewhere. But the whole sort of Gathering Hearts thing, you've got, I mean, it is. They might as well have just done this as a continuation of Castlevania, because it is pretty much the same, but with some nice enhancements. Better sound quality, the graphics are slightly upped, the backgrounds are nice. So they've done a really good job on that. And it's like nice to see some of these things as well, because obviously some of these were in Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo, so obviously they've carried that through onto that game as well, which is really, really nice to see. So yeah, I do believe we're coming up to a boss fight at some point soon, because it's not Castlevania without its boss fights. I'm trying to work out if those are supposed to be werewolves or whether they're like zombies. I can't work it out at all. But yeah, really, really enjoying this. Great game, really, really fun. I'm sure I'm going to get peed off with it at some point, because these games generally go easy on you and then they suddenly throw half a ton of werewolves at you. But that's how the game goes. And I know there's a lot of Castlevania fans out there. The other Castlevania reviews that I've done have always been well received, so hopefully this one will be right up your street. Now this looks like a boss to me. He's not a very friendly fellow. Oh, blimey hell. God, he knocks health off. So I'm going to try and dispatch this fool as quickly as I can. There we go. He's gone. Excellent. So apparently there's companions in this game, because I did a little bit of research on this one, but I haven't encountered any as of yet. I don't know whether they're later on in the game or whether I've just missed something in the options, but I don't think so. But apparently you can have a companion and they have different abilities, and you can switch between characters and all that kind of stuff, which really adds another element to the game, and I really like that. It gives it a lot more diversity and it brings it into the sort of future. It's not just a replica of Castlevania. I like the fact that there is a split there. I do believe if you take the top path you'll go to a different part of the map, but all roads lead to Rome, or the end of the game, as it were. But apparently there's numerous endings to this game as well. Oh, that was nasty. So if you've completed Castlevania 3, let me know. How many endings are there? Have you reached all of them? Have you done them all? Have you completed the game in its entirety? And basically, what are your thoughts on Castlevania, the series? I mean, what would be your favourite Castlevania game of all time, going from 8-bit to 16-bit? Because we can't really count the newer consoles and stuff. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your favourite Castlevania game has been from the NES, SNES. Was it out on the Mega Drive? I can't remember. But I think there was a version of Castlevania on the Mega Drive. It just eludes my mind right now. But it was also on the MSX, the original Castlevania. Yes, the NSX. It's actually done a good job as well. I played it the other day, and it's pretty brilliant. So I'll be looking at that one further down the road. So presentation's absolutely brilliant. The sound and the graphics are really, really nice. Animations are smooth, so we can give that a big thumbs up. So we're going to move on now to playability. Well, it's got that play factor. You would want to come back to this again. So yes, the playability on this is very, very good. But it's it's a Castlevania game. You can't really go wrong with them. Has there been a bad Castlevania game? I've not played one. If there has, and the boomerang, I love this weapon. And these owls are really bloody aggressive, man. What's happening? Am I waking them up from their naps? But yeah, this is a bit tricky. Look at them. I can't even hit them. See what I mean? The frustration's kicking in. Yes, owls. Who would have known? Who'd have thought? Oh, they killed me! God's sake. Right. Anyway, but I like the fact they've kept the whip upgrades in, which they took out in Castlevania II. I think you had to buy them. I can't remember. But you'd think those things, being as big as they are, they'd be easy to hit, but they really aren't. So that's quite nice. Talking of controls, just extra. Push up and fire button to activate your special weapon, which at the moment is a boomerang in the sort of style of a cross, which is nice. And yeah, so replay factor. Are we going to talk about replay factor? Yes, we are, because it's got tons of it, I think. And as the fact that it's got multiple endings, that's really going to go in the favour of replayability, because there's a lot of you guys out there that like to complete games, and if they've got multiple endings, then you will want to complete it. So that brings an extra element of wanting to come back to it and play it again and again and again, so you can unlock everything. Well, not unlock, but you can see all the different endings and all that kind of pizzazz, which is nice, because it's not just a one-dimensional game anymore. It brings it into a much more wider experience for you at home, so you don't feel like you've wasted money. Because tell you what, in the day, cartridges were damn expensive. I think like an NES cartridge in the UK was about £35 to £40, which back in that time scale was a lot of money, and it still is a lot of money if you think how much the Switch games are these days, and they're cartridge based. So I've always wondered why Nintendo didn't actually make the Switch no pun intended, to a proper CD system. I know the GameCube was, but it didn't have. The GameCube was an awesome machine. Let me just get this out in the open. The GameCube was a brilliant concept, brilliant machine, but it just lacked. I don't know what it is, but it just lacked. The games that were out there were very good for it, but hey. And age range for this game, folks, it's going to be a good one. It's a pretty wide range of age levels, because it starts off fairly simply and then it gets harder and harder. So there's something for the newbies, there's something for the young ones, there's something for the old ones. There's something for everyone in this game. Unless you hate platformers, in which case you probably won't touch this game with a barge pole. But there we are. Oh look, I just got knocked back by bloody. Oh no, I got the axe. That's not a good thing. So yeah, this basically. And there's steps right there, right? So let's have a quick continue. I'm not going to go on much longer with this, because I think I've said everything I need to say about the game. It's fantastic. If you haven't played it, you need to get your hands on it one way or another. You could probably pick it up on eBay. If you want to play the actual NES version, you can download it, but I'm not giving you any tips on that. Google, that's all I'm going to say. And you can play it on your home computer if you so wish. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you completed it. Let me know what you think of the game. If you've only just seen this video and you've never seen Castlevania before, would you play that game based on this? So let me know. I'd be very interested to hear from you. Thanks ever so much for the support yesterday. It's not an easy time, so I'm just throwing myself into stuff to keep me busy. But I'll catch you next time, folks. You keep it retro, and as always, it's bye for now.